Okay, so this is how to spark plugs on the bk2 3.8, so 2013 to 2016 Genesis Coupe 3.8 engine. Here's the plugs you need. They come in boxes of 4. You're going to have to buy 2 boxes and you're going to end up with 2 left over. That's just how it is. The spark plug socket is a 5/8. It's a 5/8 plug socket. It's got like the rubber grommet inside to hold the plug. Make sure you get one. You're gonna need it. You're gonna need anti-seize. I put a little bit of anti-seize on each plug before I put it in. Other than that, you're gonna need a 10 mil. In my case, I needed a 13 to get the manifold bolts off. I have a manifold riser. I don't know if that's going to be different, but 10 and a 13. You're going to need a screwdriver, a Phillips screwdriver, a little flathead screwdriver, and some needle nose. I think that's it. So the driver's side is the easy bank. It's the easy side. Super simple. You remove these 3 10mm bolts to remove the coil packs. And then to actually get the connector off, you're going to push right here that way. You're going to push that connector out. It's going to pop out. And then you can push this gray tab, push it in, and pull the connector out. You're going to do the same. So for this connector, it's facing the other way. So you would pry it that way. And then this one is facing the other way, like the first one. So you'd pop it that way, that little black clip, just push it. Like a little bit hard, but not too hard. You don't want to break it. After you've got the black clip, it doesn't come all the way out, it just pops out a little bit. And then once that's out, you can push the gray tab and unplug that. And then you just pull the coil packs out. And then you're gonna get your 5/8 with an extension and a ratchet, and you're going to put it down in the plug, and you're going to unscrew the plugs. I do them one at a time. And then get your new plug. Grab a new plug, put some anti-seize on it, put it in, snug it up. Once it gets close, it starts to get kind of tight because there's a crush washer. Keep going even though it's tight at the end, and then it'll finally stop. And when it stops, just a little tiny bit more snug, and that's it. That's good. So once you do that to all 3, put the coil pack back on, put the 10mm bolt back on, put the harness connector back on, and then put the black clip back down. That's easy. Those 3 are easy. This is the harder side over here because basically 2 are under the intake manifold. This first one is easy to get. The other 2 are kind of tough, so I had to take off a lot of stuff. I didn't completely remove my intake manifold. I just kind of removed some stuff so I could lift it. So, if you're able to lift it up, and you can see your 3 coil packs and plugs underneath there that you would do just like the driver's side. I won't go into it as much there, but I will show you guys everything that I did have to disconnect in order to get access to those 3 under there. So, just reposition. Okay, so you will have to undo these top 2, which are Allen key bolts, and they are a number 5 Allen key. I forgot to mention that at the beginning of the video. 5 Allen key. So you remove the 2 Allen key bolts. I think they go there, either there or there. There's only 2. The other 2 holes are for nothing. And then you'll need to remove 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bolts around the intake manifold that for me were the 13mm. I think I have the longer bolts because of my manifold riser. You can kind of see it there. It's the black chunk. Okay, and then you'll need to pop this hose off of this clip you'll need to undo this connector from the intake manifold. Very easy. You just push it and pull it off. You'll need to undo the hose from here. So undo the hose from here, take it off of its clip from here, remove the connector from there. I unclipped my intake filter clips, so there's one there, one there, and one right there. There's 3, just to get the box out of the way. This I loosened, but you don't have to. This I loosened to get it off of the throttle body. So you're going to pull the whole top of the air filter box off of the throttle body. And then over here, these were also 10 millimeters. I undid this guy that goes right there, and I undid these 2 that go right there. Those are 10 mils in it. You can just push, that way you can push this whole intake assembly kind of out of the way. I left this hose connected. I left this back hose connected. And I think that's it. So once you do that, you're able to lift and maneuver it. You know, you can hold it with one hand, and you can get your ratchet and stuff down in here, and you can get access to these. The front one was the easiest. The middle was harder, and then the back I'd say was probably the hardest. The middle I was still able to get here from the front by just holding this up with some extensions and stuff, you know. And then the back one, I actually couldn't do it, so I put the manifold back down, and I went over here, you know, by where your battery is, and I just kind of pushed the manifold forward, and you can see you've got access there to that final back coil pack. And I just did a really, really long extension to get down in there for that final one. You know, and once you do that, put your new plugs in with anti-seize, snug them up, put your coil packs back in, put your 10 millimeter bolts back on the coil packs, put your harness back on, the black clip back on, and then do reverse. Button all this up again. So, you know, do your position the manifold on top of the head, and you're gonna put your what are they, 13s, your 13 millimeter bolts back on. Make sure they're all aligned. You're gonna do your Allen key, number 5 Allen key bolts. You're gonna button up your connectors. I think I only undid this one. You know, maybe you undo this one. You don't need to, but you know, just look around, make sure you remember all the connectors. This hose back to here, this hose back on its clip. You know, these 10 millimeter guys right here, and put your airbags situated back on, put the 3 clips back on, and you're gonna have to finagle with everything a little bit. You know, you're gonna fight with it a little bit. It's kind of a long job. I mean, it's taken me at least an hour, I would say, to do this, but that's okay because you're saving money. So I hope this helps you guys. Okay, got it all buttoned up back together. A couple final notes is I was wrong about this. This is where the Allen key, the number 5 Allen key is. These holes are for this black wire harness holder, essentially. Getting the manifold on is pretty tough. You got to fight with it a lot to make sure that you've got your gasket through all the holes and placed perfectly, and then put it on, and try not to disturb the gasket very much, and kind of like push it in a little over here, push it in a little over here to make sure that it is aligned with all the holes. And then maybe just start one bolt, look to the side, make sure that it's going through the gasket, through both holes, start at a few threads. Same thing, maybe get this other corner over here, look back here, make sure it's going through the gasket, get that started, then get it all buttoned up. So that was kind of a pain in the butt. The other thing too is pay attention to little things like, you know, make sure that when you put your intake tube back on, make sure that this square is between these 2 metal tabs, because it's an alignment. It shows where it's supposed to go. Same with over here. If you want to do this one, make sure that, you know, it's between this plastic tab. The box has 4 clips, not 3. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. And I actually lost that one. It fell, and I had to find it and then hook it back under and put it back on again. Then it was tough to get on. So just yeah, pay attention to little things, go slowly, and you should get it. Definitely kind of tough and annoying for a spark plug job. Definitely took me, I would say, better part of, I don't know, maybe 2-3 hours. But it's my first time doing it. I could do it faster next time.